Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't even know it was 11:30. Okay, guys, I want to talk to you guys about how cruel we have been as parents to our children, especially to our children on the autism spectrum. But I think to all of our children, really, we have been terrible parents to them. And if this does not resonate with anyone else, I'll be preaching to myself today, according to Joyce Meyer. That's what she says. She says, if if no one else needs this, I need it. So what I'm going to be talking about today is something that I need because I kind of had, what do they call it? An epiphany that I've been doing it wrong for a long time, right? Especially what I mean, I do a lot of things wrong, but this time my epiphany was on the way that I expect my child on the autism spectrum to wait in line or wait for things. And I'm going to explain to you guys why I think we have been doing it all wrong and why we have been so cruel to our children. I know the title is very dramatic, but it's true. So like when we wait in line, right? I don't know about you guys. Like I said, I'm preaching to myself right now. Okay, I'm taking notes. When I wait in line and I'm waiting for too long, I tend to bring out my phone and I start scrolling through my phone. I find something on my phone that will keep me busy and let the time pass, right? Now, when we want our children to wait, let's say I'm waiting in line and my kids are in front of me, I expect them to wait, but they don't have a phone to scroll through, right? So I'm the only one being entertained while I wait. For some of you parents, you're very good at um, keeping your phones away and engaging your children. Kudos to you. You guys are awesome. But like I said, I'm preaching to myself right now if no one else needs this. So I don't do it all the time and I don't do it the whole time that I wait. But I find myself after a while of waiting in line, I bring out my phone and I scroll quickly, see what I can look at. And then I have the tendency to put it back into my pocket because I'm thinking about the children and Wells is probably doing something that is requiring my attention. But the reason why I say it's cruel is because we are not thinking about sorry, the season is changing in California, so I'm getting sick. So we're not thinking about ways to engage that child most of the time. We just expect them to be able to just wait in line. We just say, hey, stand there, wait there. But the thing is, for adults, we either get entertained with our phone or we have enough memories in our minds to keep us entertained, right? So if I'm not on my phone, I'm probably thinking of something that happened the day before or something that I'm wishing will happen or something. I'm entertaining myself in my mind. Now, one thing is, I have the cognitive ability to even think to do that because it's not like those thoughts just come in my mind and occupy space. No, I actually consciously decide what thought should I think of to while away time, to pass time while I wait for this thing. And then I choose a thought that would keep me busy for the time being. But we fail to realize that our children on the spectrum do not have that ability, right? Now, your other children, which is why I say you're especially cruel to your child on the spectrum, you're still cruel to your other children because we expect them to just stand and wait without thinking of how to distract them. But your other kids have memories and they have the cognitive ability to decide to think about something, right? Most of the time, okay? Most of the time. Your other kids also can distract themselves. So they can look around the store or look around the place where you're waiting and decide to distract themselves with something on the wall or somewhere. They can decide to do that. But with kids on the spectrum, most times it's something that we have to teach because they don't know to do that. So why I say we're cruel is we're not thinking in those ways. we are just expecting them to wait. And most of us have taught them the skills of waiting over time, using timers, using cards, using countdowns, and all of those things. But we expect that, okay, when we go to the store and we say, okay, just wait, they'll just automatically wait. But the truth is, waiting is hard for anyone. Like, not just when you wait in line, right? Like, even when you're waiting for something that you've worked for or you've prayed for or something, you're waiting for something to happen. Even us as adults, we're not even able to wait. I'm not able to wait. So, what we do as adults is, while we've prayed for something, okay, I'm talking to like the Christians, or if you're a Muslim, I think it's the same thing, or if you, whatever religion you are, or you don't do religion at all, maybe you just meditate or something. When you manifest something, most times we don't even have the ability to wait for it. We want to speed it up. For us Christians, we want to help God in the process, think of ways to make the process faster. So it's the same thing. Like, we don't even have the patience to wait. We think we can wait, but we can't. But it's the same thing when you think about an autistic child, when you're asking him to just stand there and just wait, right? So I'm not saying not to teach the skill of waiting, but I'm saying we have to think about it from this angle so that when we're teaching it with more acceptance and more patience. Okay. Because the skill of waiting for a child on the spectrum might actually be very uncomfortable, not just in the sense of their mental brain is just standing still. It could also be uncomfortable physically, like for their body. It could be uncomfortable that they're just standing in one place. So they have to move the body. It could actually also be painful. I remember growing up, and it still happens to me sometimes. Growing up, when I lay down in bed, if I'm not moving around, it's actually physically painful for my legs to just stay in one spot. Like, I have to do my legs like this, and then I fall asleep. So I think it's also the same thing for some children on the autism spectrum. And I'm saying this so that we can afford them more grace, okay? For children on the autism spectrum, when you expect them to just stand still, you have to think about why they're not able to stand still and wait. Is it painful? Is it uncomfortable? And it very well may be. That might very well be the case. Okay. So don't just yell out, stand still, wait. Think about these things that I'm talking about. Don't be a cruel parent like I have been. Don't be cruel to your children, especially your children on the autism spectrum. Now, like I said, we have to teach the skill of waiting. It's an important skill. So, yes, they have to learn the skill. So, how do we teach the skill of waiting? Again, we use timers. That's not what I want to talk about. I just want to talk about us being cruel because I want you to think about it when you expect them to wait again. But the different techniques for waiting is like using the timers, giving the reward when they wait, start small. Waiting is very important because in life they will need that skill of waiting. So we need to teach that. But now that we know that in everyday life, like when we go to the store and they're standing in line and waiting, and it can be physically uncomfortable and painful for the child on the autism spectrum, what can we do to pass their time? Right. So we can do things like, sometimes I actually take my phone and I'm like, you're being selfish right now. You're the only one going through your phone. Your children are in line waiting, but I'm the only one with the privilege of scrolling through my phone. So sometimes I give it to them and I say, okay, you guys share. And then I wait without the phone distraction because I can distract myself in other ways. So you can do that. Or you could take puzzles with you that your kids like. Those block puzzles, kids like them. So you can take those if you're going somewhere that you're going to be in line for a long time and give that to your child to distract them. So what happens is, even though it's still uncomfortable and painful for them to stand in one spot, the activity of the puzzle or watching the iPad or doing whatever, playing a game, whatever it is, distracts them from the discomfort, if that makes sense. So you can take puzzles, you can take games. The kids, they have they have handheld games that they play, if you guys have that. Or you can play a game with them, like I Spy. If you're like in a grocery store, I Spy something blue, and everybody's looking for something blue around them. Or spelling games, whatever it is, you get involved. You could do that too. If you don't want to get involved, give them your phone or give them a puzzle or something. But I'm just saying that we have to think about some ways to distract the children and not just say, hey, wait in line. Okay. Now, I'm not saying it's not a good skill to have, but I'm just bringing to your consciousness the different things that could be happening to your child while you're telling them to just stand there and wait. And if there's ways that we can help them pass through that process um, in a healthier and happier way, then let's do that. So that's what this video is about today. If you have any questions, please go ahead and put it in the comments. Wait, where's my comment? I don't even see the comments. Oh, there you go. So if you have any questions about your child on the autism spectrum, please go ahead and put it in the comments. I'll be happy to answer. If I don't know the answer, I'll be happy to ask one of the professionals that I work with, and I'll get back to you. But if you don't have any questions, then that's it for today. I hope this blesses someone. I hope this teaches someone something. Or maybe all of you are like, oh no, we're not like those, we're not like you, Chibuzo. We're very intentional. We don't even scroll through our phones when we're with our kids. Then you guys are so much better than me. And like I said, this is preaching to myself. So if you already do not do these things, then you are not one of the parents I'm talking to. But if you do, you have been very, very cruel to your children, and so have I. All right. Take care, guys. Bye.